Folks, I do apologize for that. We had a momentary interruption of internet. I reset my router and we're back. So I do apologize about that. Ah. Now I went ahead and shut the stream down on OBS, so I have my VOD is going to be like everything else. And then as soon as I saw that we were back and I had internet, I went ahead and restarted the stream. So let me pull up Final Fantasy so that we can go ahead and at least get this dungeon out of the way, maybe the next one. What? Where's... Oh, I gotta bring up my password manager. Oh, there it is. I don't have to... Thank you. Okay. Now, I know it's going to take some time to check for everything, so please bear with me. I do apologize again about this. Hopefully you guys stuck with me, because anytime something like that ever happens, you will either get something from my Discord, or I'll pop into chat via my mobile device, my phone, which does not go through my Wi-Fi, to let you know, hey, we're working on this. Normally, if I'm going to shut stream early, I'll tell you. I won't just shut down. It's got to load in. We got that. Let's go ahead and restart there. Okay. I think that was up and I never... Interesting. Well, there are the three that we met originally. Two more there. Okay. Well, let's see what's going on. Thanks for helping us. No doubt the Bowlords already informed you the task to enter Deepcroft to purge the lands of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, Calamity put an end to the Sixth Astral Era. The cultists took on the Lesser Moon, Dalamud, for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that their cultists might feel the to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The lands of Dalamud are convinced that the heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfere with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deep Croft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. Deep Croft is now available. Alright, let's go ahead and queue up for that. Halo! Yes. A cute little kitten. Welcome back, Halo. We had a temporary internet outage. I have a feeling my router decided to say, I'm done for right this second. Now we'll wait a couple minutes, maybe less, to get a group and go in and beat things up. When did you last check into the stream? Because I was only down for about 2 to 3 minutes, and that was 8 minutes ago. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get this one done. Yeah, you've been gone a while. We've done a lot of talking. We became the old Donian envoy to all the other nation states, and then they said, "Hey, go back over here because they want to look. The kitty wants to to beam up. Maybe nope, not anymore." Oh, also watch this. /pet. It responds. Also, then we went in and beat up some pirates and a Sahagin, and then we are here. But it's a kitten. You pet it. You're the one being lewd, Halo. Okay, come on. Let's get this. There we go. All right. Come on, DPS. There we go. Oh. That's not in group. You're innocent, Saint. You're not lewd. Bullshit. I won't even cover that up with a cough. Ooh, I need to put my tank stance up. Fallen angel? Yeah, I can see a fallen angel. Okay. This one's a little bit tougher. I think the healer may be a little less experienced. Alright. Let's get in here and take these guys on. How have you been today, Halo? How's your week starting out? The white mage is healing me. Good, good, good. Today I put the hard drive in, as I told you. Alright, here we go. First boss of the dungeon. Yes. This game is real easy to keep aggro on yourself as the tank, because they have a tank stance that pretty much you hit the mob and it's going to be on you. And it takes a lot to pull them off. This is a lower level. This is level 16. I'm actually level 27. Treasure. I'll greet those. Alright, we're going to keep pulls to a minimum. Well, you know, you decided that a Surface Pro would be perfect for gaming. Personally, at any tablet, there's just no way to vent the heat on that sucker. Now, for visual novel gaming, that's a completely different story. Oh my God. Decided to bring them all with you, huh? Surface Book. Yeah. I've also seen what you're recommending for people. I'm like, gaming on tablets, and that's how the Surface is. Yes, I know they have a full version of Windows, a single USB port, and so on and so forth. They just don't have as much of the power. Okay, this guy wants to have bigger pulls. And yeah, we'll grade that. And here we go. Let's get this priest out of the way! Like we have to. Has a 1060 GTX, but it isn't that powerful. I mean, 1060 it's more, and it's not the true power of the components, it's the capability of the unit to dissipate the heat to maintain its operating capability. And in a gaming environment, even with this, if you cannot dissipate that heat, which it will generate heat, it will shut down. By specs, the 1060 is a fairly good gaming graphics card. Ooh, that's actually more. I wish they would have. Hey, Hype, welcome back. You can run games, but it depends on the... Well, yes, it does. Now, Hype, just so you know, I have been working with computers since 1980. My first computer that I actually put together was in the 90s. But I was actually putting together working on computers long back in the 80s with my IBM PC Junior. Alright, come on guys, get to me. That's right, no, you're not going to get me with that AoE. Okay, who is this? There it is, there's the guy. Yeah, no, and I mean, you can still do a lot with it, but if the individual components overheat, you might not see it in the overall heat. So, I mean, there's a lot of things to it, but playing a relatively high-end graphical game, you will have issues like this. Like that. You know, if this healer gets me killed... Ugh. With what games? Oh yeah, the Omen has great venting on it. I saw that when I opened it up. It's got venting on all sides plus the bottom. Yeah, it is. It's almost better. It's almost better than my 7-8-year-old Alienware that I'm replacing with it. Yeah, no. Hyper. I was not saying that you didn't know anything at all. I was just giving you a background on me. I'm dead. And we just lost the mage, the black mage. that out. Ah. Well, I leveled up again. God damn it. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry I'm not talking as much. We've got... When you're dealing with this many mobs... Okay, finally we're getting it. It's under control now. I hate to say it, I am going to give the Black Mage accommodation on that one. Because they actually left and came back. They respawned and came back. Alright, let's do the defensive. I've looked into the NVIDIA ones, the 3000, and yeah, they have some really good stuff coming out. But it's going to be expensive as heck. The baseline cards are going to be about 500 bucks, and the high end are going to be 1,000 to 2,000. Which is an extreme upgrade in the amount of cost. Originally, previously, the baseline was about 200 to 300, and the higher end was 5 to 1,000. Alright. The stones come up. And the orb comes down. Who summons me from the void to reside in this crude vessel? And that. Yeah, the 3000 series look to be beasts of a card. Currently, I'm actually on a 1066 gig, and here's this guy. Bring him back out. If the imp isn't killed, what happens is this guy is invulnerable. So the imp has to die. I forgot about those guys, to be honest. Yep, gotta get out of there. In just a moment, he'll have 2 imps. Right there. Drop my cooldown. And we had the limit break. And level up again. No, we're not going to do that because he just disappears. So yeah, we'll finish it. Player accommodation, Black Mage gets it. Okay, they didn't want that. Obviously, they've been playing for a while. This is a brand new character, and they basically were assuming I have the same gear. Even though at the very beginning I told them I do not have the same gear. Alright, we're actually going to teleport up to New Gritani. It's 150. No, we're not going to use a free ticket. We'll go ahead and move ourselves over to Ul'dah, back to Ul'dah, because that's our next spot. And we'll end with it there. So we'll be doing a little bit more here, and bear with me, stick with me for the raid, because I will take us to somebody else who I hope deserves the love of having several people being dropped off on their doorstep. Oh, wrong direction. Okay. Yeah, and Hyper, my opinion of AMD of the processors, the AMD line has the Ryzen line has the best of everything. At least in the desktop. In the mobile department, it's a little bit of a toss up on both of them. Then the video cards, Nvidia and Intel pull the lion's share. So, yeah. Alright, so welcome back. I'm reliably informed that your foray into Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. Paladin's ringing endorsement left me in little doubt. You are to be commended, but Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it is something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves with predictable consequences. Ah, as if to illustrate the point. Avier's gone, and it's your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would be still alive. Kind of like I died in that dungeon. Sniff. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He should have been. He shouldn't have been so hard pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Bah, to hells with this pathetic excuse of a party. I'm leaving. And it'd be too soon if I ever see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. Storms off. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. And by the way, of some parting advice, get rid of Avier's head, bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it, but for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? That is kind of morbid. Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Avier. Please forgive me. So, the healer was not good enough. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventurers of your experience. I can send women like you on mission without worrying you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing but if not reliable. Thank you very much. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word and I will be glad to share the details with you. Nod. Give me my reward. And my next quest. Welcome to the Carolina Canopy, place for no, come on. There it goes. It hadn't caught up to itself. Information on new task. So you're not adverse to a little trip. Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, this comes from Ul'dah. Once you arrive, seek out Mamadi, the proprietress of the quicksand, and think of her as the Sultaness version of myself. Chances are she'll be sending you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence you'll pull through unscathed. Now, off you go, and good luck. Alright, so this is Ul'dah, my home city, so I'm going to use the return so I don't spend any gil. And again, folks, like I said earlier, if ever the stream drops like that, I'm generally not going to just end without some semblance of you realizing that it's going to end. Even if it's abrupt. But usually I jump on my phone and tell you guys what's going on. Alright, so let's go Ethernet. Go to the Adventurers Guild. So I'll usually come back and get things going again. So I'm glad you guys came back. I do appreciate it. Most streamers really just don't just abruptly end unless something happened. But I'll usually jump on my phone and let you know if it's an outage, an internet outage or something like that. And I won't be coming back. I'll let you know from there. So pay attention to the chat if that happens. All right, Mamadi, welcome to the quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now. If you wouldn't mind showing yourself to... oh, it's you. And there I was spouting the same tired line. Minoon sent word that you be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come here all the way here to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? Alright. Petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. God's almighty, another second under that sun and I would have been set afire. Tankard of ale, if you would be so kind, by Papa Shan. And it's Papa Shan! Excellent timing, Papa Shan. Just so happens the adventurer who'll be handling your petition is here. Oh, why, if it isn't my good friend. It does my spirit well to know you are the one who will be helping us. Mayhap you'd like to appraise her of the mission? Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amajana and Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at the Copperbell mines. To be plain, the giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of a clan known as the Hecatoncaries, or whatever that is. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn Dynasty. Alas, it seems they managed to break through the layer of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment, and at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced a suspension of all mining activities on the site. It is no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Throne Dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, my lady. The people of that age used them to work their mines by way of enchanted helms. They were able to bind their ferocious natures to their will. But as is oft the way of such tales, these enchantments eventually faded, and the slaves rose up against their masters in a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury. Our ancestors induced a collapse of the mine's lowermost levels. So it was that great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well, now, got me thinking. I seem to recall that being an article about the Copper Belt being in Mithril Eye a fortnight ago. Said the miners were being reopened so as to meet the demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods to thank the poor creatures still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed, that makes them a danger to all. There will be no mining at the Copper Belt as long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is a task which we will have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. Nod. Gods bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In case you didn't know, the Copper Belt mines are in Western Thanland. Do take care, you hear? And one thing before you depart. An employee of the mining company is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copper Belt mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Quest accepted. We'll take the step and talk to Painted Mesa, because he's right there. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him. So you're the adventurer who volunteered to deal with the mess down the Copper Belt, are you? You've got guts, miss. I just hope you got the skills to go with them, because things ain't pretty down there. Those giants left the place in a right state, and nary a week after the mine resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copper Belt was old when the second old dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials we needed for rebuilding efforts, the concern would never have thought to open it. We knew full well the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain of rock 3 centuries, right? Wrong! Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torches keep watch over the entrance in case the giants get fancy. The giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. Once one of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nation is resting on you. Best of luck. Great, thanks. But because it is that time, this is where I will be going. But we'll go ahead and log out real quick. Because I'm right here where I'm getting rested experience. But bear with me just a few more minutes. I wanted to show you something. Load appearance data. So previously I had a main character by the name of Talenia. I still do. And this is what she looked like. She is a lizard girl, white. The white scales. There are two variants of the race. She's one of them. Later on in the game, there are things that happen. So here she is. She has changed a little bit basically, I'm not going to say that she is the other aspect of the race, but something happened. And I won't say much about it because I don't want to the storyline mess the storyline with anybody who wants to hear it. But also, real quickly, Final Fantasy XIV does have a free trial, free to play, no time limit. And why didn't my bot? Oh, the bot never reconnected. Okay. Well, that's something I didn't check. Have to remember that. Anyway, Final Fantasy XIV, you can Google it for the free trial. It's up to level 60 through the first expansion. So you can get to level 60 before the first expansion and still continue through the first expansion. You're just stuck at level 60. So you can complete the first expansion, Heavensward. Whether or not you you just can't move on. Now, it's free. It's in perpetuity at this point. There is no limitations other than that. There is no limitations on time. There are limitations of social aspects. You can't really start a group. You can't send a tell, things like that. No, people can talk to you directly. You can participate in local group areas like party, free company, if you get invited to one. Also, in say and stuff like that. But you wouldn't. What it is they're trying to avoid the gold scammers, gold sellers. So let me take a look here. Let me see here. Is she actually streaming? Oh, she is. All right. Well, I found the person that we're going to go ahead and raid. She is actually a mod in the channel. She is Mika Zelda. She is currently playing a challenge in Sims 4. No, she's not. She's not doing. Yeah, she's probably doing a challenge in Sims 4. So she also normally plays older games. She's done some Twitch Sings, which, by the way, if you did not know, Twitch Sings is actually going away at the end of the year. For whatever reason. So when I take you over there, call out Layer Raid, and if you have the emotes from the channel, by all means, go ahead. If you don't, if you have emotes from other channels, you can use those. Just be kind, be gentle. Do not assume you can talk about every single thing. Gauge how the conversation goes. I personally have no major issues with conversations, but some people, it's not easy to deal with. So keep that in mind in any channel you go to. Any channel. No matter what it is. Don't come out there and start blurting out, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Talk to people first. Be kind. Explore. But anyway, I thank you all very much for coming in tonight. Tonight, I want to say thank you very much to Frodo for his 2 raids. I want to say thank you for Melon for his follow, and Reese for his follow, and I'm thinking I'm missing something. Let me see. Is it in my OBS? No. If I missed what somebody that did something specific in this channel, like a raid, follow, sub, bits, or anything like that, I do apologize. There have been some things that have come out that did not work properly for some reason tonight. So, good night, everybody. Let me go ahead and get this raid going. Let's do /raid Mika Zelda. Yep, there it is. Let's go in there and show her some love. And we're ready now. Good night, everybody.